What's going on? It's your girl Angie K. Don't forget the K.O.K. with Audiomack, and we're here at Loud Legends with the one and only Lebra Jolie. Check it out.
No matter what the record is about, it could be about shaking ass, it could be about partying, it could be about life. And she's gonna rap her ass off and snap every single time. She don't dumb it down, she don't water it down. So I'm actually a fan. So when Audiomack said, hey, we're gonna have Lebra come, I got excited. But I'm a fan of music, and I'm a fan of her. So I need all of y'all to just start clapping and make some noise for Houston's own Lebra Jolie.
What's good, everyone? What's up, Houston? How's everybody feeling? Okay.
Everybody, I didn't know they was describing me when I was walking up here, so okay.
Oh, we're gonna do it again too, because this is the one and only. Okay, she's Houston's very own. She's the face of the Houston Nike campaign.
Okay.
All right.
That's big for Houston. That was big for Houston. We're breaking barriers so that somebody else from Houston can be next, and we can keep this going. So yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And he just dropped the self-titled EP.
Yes, Lebra Jolie.
I know that's right. We're gonna get all into it after this. Let's sit down. Come on.
All right.
All right. What's
How y'all doing?
We're good.
All right. I like how y'all grinding. If you unsigned or you upcoming, like you just look good that you here and grinding. Cause we don't get a lot of opportunities like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that y'all out here, y'all grinding.
And I'm really glad that you're here too, because I really wanted to make it a note to have you speak to a lot of these independent artists that are out here to talk about your story, to let them know what you got going on and how you were able to get the success right now. So I want to start all the way from the beginning, okay? Just a little bit. So I know you. Just a little bit. So I know you've been rapping since middle school, which is really, really, really so dope. But I want to know, was that always an interest of yours? Like you always knew you wanted to be a rapper?
Yeah, I was just sitting in the back of the class in 5th grade, and I would just write books, stories. I thought I was a poet. That's how rapping came about. And I just never paid attention. I just be in the back of the class in my little book and drawing and writing music, but it was like poetry type. And it wasn't until like 6th grade, that was 5th grade, it wasn't until 6th grade where I really started beefing with people a lot. and so my brother, he had got the Audacity. It was like where you record music. And my mama, which that's what I'm right there, y'all.
Yes, I believe her.
But so my mama, she had like this little work headset or whatever, so I would put it on my head or whatever, and I would get some instrumentals from LimeWire. I download them, I put them on there, and I just, how you feel, Police? I bet your back hurt. Like it just got real. So that's how I started though. I started beefing.
But at the same time, like your daughter's around the same age too, and I saw you bring her out for the Rolling Loud Fest. She was ready. She was like, did she ever say she wanted to be a rapper too?
She did rap for a second. I ain't gonna lie. She freestyled and like we was like, what? We was shocked. But just with that too, if you a female artist and you have a kid, sometimes you be like, nah, I don't want to have a kid. I'm not ready, or I take my career serious right now. Like, I just wanted to be in a position to where I can show people who are like me, like, you can.
Right.
So, like, you just put that to, you don't keep mommy mode in front of the cameras. You keep it in the back, but you still let it be known that that's there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, you stay focused, though.
That's. I love that you said that, too, because even starting up, you knew that you had to provide for your family. And a lot of these artists, I know that, like, budgeting is big for them and having to figure out how do they finance their own career. How can I do both? So I want to know, like, in the beginning, what were you doing in order to, like, make sure you prioritize your budget?
I think that was the hardest part of my career because as a female artist, like, I ain't that ugly.
At all.
And then you need help, but you, like, I handicapped myself to where I don't get a regular job because I never wanted to get scared or feel like I'm not making money from music and run into what I feel is safe. So I handicapped myself. I don't recommend y'all to do it, but I did it just because I wanted to prove my faith to myself that whatever I dreamed about could happen. So I did that, and because you do that, you ain't making money like that. You just got the talent, so people are coming and be like, okay, I see you got the clout or you got enough attention. but you don't got the money, let me help you. But me being a female artist, like, niggas wanna fuck with you, talk to you. And it don't be like, I ain't gonna lie, it don't be off the rip, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? It just be more so like after a while, alright, damn, this bitch kinda cool. Okay, let me slide it in. They be like, hey, you wanna go eat? Nah, nigga, you my brother now. You know, so I feel like that's the hardest part the hardest part I've ever had to figure out is leading people, because you start leading people because you don't have it, and you don't have money, you don't have, all you have is your connections. I feel like as a man it'd probably be easier. As a female, it's just harder. You know, how did I bust through? I think the only thing you can bust through is you can't talk about what you don't have. You gotta just use what you do have, you know? And I think the internet is a great place for you to get the help that you need or you're looking for it. Because you might not have the money, but if you sit your ass in a car, turn the instrument on, start rapping to your phone, now you got people hitting you up trying to give you help, you know? But this shit costs a lot of money, and we don't be having it. And I just feel like if you just do what you need to do on a grind mode and not worry about what you have, you utilize the internet, utilize Twitter, utilize Instagram, TikTok, all that, you'll get the help that you need because people will reach out.
Okay, I love that. Let's go into that and dive deeper into that. So with meeting people, and a lot of them, everyone is like, most people are from Houston, right? Were you able to build your team around you before you got to like the management now and getting signed? Prior to that, how did you find the right people to work with?
I mean,
you can be honest too, and if you didn't find it,
I didn't find the right people yet, but I'm very picky. I mean, because I don't want to ever get in situations where I'm complaining about my deal, my situation, I feel like back in the day it was like, yeah, you can get tricked into some fucked up situations, but it's too much information now. It's too many people you can talk to in order to avoid signing some bullshit. And even when you like dealing with managers or a team, like, you can take your time and get to know them. And it just takes a lot of time to get to know people, so you can still get bamboozled, but at least you ain't off the rip bamboozled before the real help comes. You feel me? So yeah, I feel like, I mean, even to this day, like, I'm just now getting with management type vibes or whatever. So all this shit that y'all been seeing me do, I've been doing that shit on my own 100%. And it's been a lot of people, you know, people always be like, why you didn't make it yet, or why haven't you got to this level? I've been rapping for a very, 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 very fucking long time. But it's just because I've been doing it on my own. And every time people come and they be like, hey, I want to help you, or I want to work with you, let's re-put this out, it'll be capped. It'll be capped in the end, or something go wrong in the end. So that's why you always see me be here, and then I drop here, and then I go here, and then I drop here. So I'm just here to tell y'all, like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, you always be hard as fuck if you ain't dumb. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to hurry up and get there, you can get there, but you're not happy once you get there because you didn't sow everything.
Exactly. I mean, everybody has their own path. We see it with a lot of the different artists. Lotto's been working since she was 16 years old. You got Glorilla getting up in 6 months. Like, anything is possible, and I love that you're continuing to strive and you're making it. You're doing what you have to do. You're taking the steps, and you repping your city. Like, you know what I mean? You're doing what you have to do for Houston. Give it up for that.
Give it up for that.
So with that as well, I see that you support a lot of female rappers.
I really do. They don't give me enough credit for this shit.
No, you really do. I'm gonna give you your credit because I see you posting online. You put it to the stories. You put their songs on. So I want to know what made you feel like, okay, I want to give them love. I want to make sure that this is a community. Because
I actually love. I like people who inspire me. You know, like, I like to listen to somebody and be like, damn, I'm gonna go right. Like, I like to get that little energy. Like, some kind of energy I get when I hit somebody hard. I be like, I grab my phone and I just start typing. You feel me? Like, that's the type of so you know, I be showing love, just not because I have to or because I just want to. Like, this is what inspired me. So instead of me doing it in the dark and going to their page and shit, listening to these songs in the dark, I just do this shit publicly. So, yeah. Have you been able to like build friendships out of that with some of them? Like, how's like? Yeah, they cool. They cool. Yeah. What's some of your favorite right now that you listen to? Leo. That's my girl, one Leo. She my baby. Yeah. And Sally Sosa. I love Enchanting with 1017. Amaretta, she hard as fuck. If I'm missing somebody, don't get mad, but I like all of them. That's fine. I like all of them.
We don't get a track from one of them? I mean, I'm trying to hear a Libra feature in one of them. Want to leave something?
Well, I can't answer that. I'm just focused on like getting back to me. Every time, like I just be trying to get to where I'm trying to go. So that's my focus. Like features and stuff, cool, but that ain't like what I focus on.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't sit there and be like, oh, if I just get this song with this, like no. I be like, oh, if I just meet Beyonce and Rihanna, but I don't be like, oh, if I just make a song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to build my own catalog. You know, it be cool, but I ain't banking on that.
Okay, so let's speak on your like thought process throughout everything when you were really coming up before you got signed and everything. What do you think was the best method for you to use? Was it putting out? I know you did a lot of freestyles. Was it freestyles? Was it dropping on DSPs? Was it performances like live performances tonight? What helped you?
Okay, so I think the thing that helped me was, I don't know, every time I feel like somebody got me fucked up, I just go hard. You know, and I ain't been mad in a minute. I think I need to get mad. Okay, every time I get mad, it just be like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Right. So, I feel like what got me, every time I'm feeling like, fuck everybody, I just go to my boy DV. He's Miyaki. He's a videographer out here. He's from Detroit, but he live out here. So I will go to him and I'll pay for a package deal. And he'll give me like a package of like maybe 4 or 5 videos, and I'll go pay him. And he don't give me the y'all price, but he give me a little, you know, it still be higher than the motherfucker for a regular person, but I will go and give him that, and he makes sure that I get my videos quickly. He understands the method. He understands like it should be every 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Every 3 weeks you really should be dropping a video in order to stay with how the industry is, how the internet is. Like shit happening every day, a new artist dropping every day, somebody dying another day, something going on in the politics the next day. So it's like a every 3 week process that I realized that really worked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Staying in people's face. And so I would do that. And with the help of him, because he knows some videographers, they give your shit back like every two months, every 1.5 months. He was understanding, like he'll give me my shit like within a week type shit.
Wow.
So I think that was the method that I realized that really worked for me. And then on top of that, he'll record some of my freestyles, and everyone that he did, he recorded, went viral. Anything that anybody else recorded, they ain't do shit.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like that's that was the process. What was the question?
No, literally. It was just about how were you able to like what helped you get to where you're at?
Yeah, that's what helped me. After my last situation, I was like, man, I was depressed for about 3 months. I was sad. I'm like, fuck. It's now or never. We getting old. I've been doing this shit for a very long time. So I was like, fuck it. I called him. I paid the money. And then he was putting me out. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, I had 8 label deals from major labels contact me. And that was the first time because throughout the years, it been people like big artists, major people. But this is the first time that it was major labels. And it wasn't no third party and stuff like that. It was direct. So that happened like literally 3 months after I got like, oh, so fuck you shit.
Right.
You feel me? So yeah,
I love that, and I think you guys all need to take that away too. That you're able, you don't have to drop a couple bands and get the best videographer. Use the resources around you, build that relationship with them because they're the ones who are gonna help you when you need something. They'll be able to go and like shoot that freestyle that you need. Okay, we can figure out the budget and etc. to help you get to where you're at.
ask the motherfuckers for help. It would be like, hey, look, I got 1,500. How many videos you can do with this? I got 2,000. How many can I do with this? And so once you get that going, like you talk to them, be like, man, I just really need some help. But you don't get the big people that's, you know what I'm saying, do this shit. You gotta get people that's grinding and still hungry, that's on the same level, so that they can accommodate the price that you got or the budget you got or whatever. And you go to them like real humble and, hey, look, niggas, now I need this help. And if they believe in you, the motherfucker will do it. You know what I'm saying? And so I think once you get that down pat, that's the part where you have to take advantage of the internet. Because the internet goes off of hype, it go off of consistency, it go off of what's new, you know what I'm saying? Once you get old to people, it's like, okay, he can rap, we know he can rap, he look good, okay, we know that, he can dress good, we know that. But they like hype, so in order to keep the hype, you gotta do that shit every 3 weeks type of vibe. So I'm telling y'all, I did that shit, I ain't dropping like a month probably. I mean, not a month, a fucking year. And then when I went through my shit I went through behind closed doors, I ended up putting out the fucking, I put out Ride It, and then I put out Talk My Shit 3, and then I put out Now What. I put Now What out on my birthday because this the trick, y'all. If you put the shit, thank you. If you put the shit out on your birthday, everybody already in the comments. You feel me? They already in the comments saying happy birthday. So if you put out something fire, put your most fire shit out on your birthday. When you put it out, everybody already on there saying happy birthday, happy birthday. They already reposting you, and boom, you feel me? And that's when I went viral the third one again for the 50th time. So that's when I went viral, and things changed for me. Like I never knew shit about DSPs. I never knew shit about how to get into magazines or blogs or shit like that. I didn't know nobody because I never had a team. And so when I dropped Now What, they wrote me at Grammys.com, Billboard, they fucking wrote me in Houston Chronicle, and I never even knew these damn people. They had me on the highest playlist, like Feeling Myself, all of that. I never even knew these people, so it just goes to show you, like, it's a way that you can take advantage of the internet, but you have to study it in order to take advantage. So yeah,
That's amazing. I love that. Let's talk about no, because that's a story to tell for real. And I think, like, you even saying you didn't know about how to reach out to the DSPs, you didn't know, like, who to hit up. So once you were able to educate yourself, right, on how beneficial it was, Audiomack, we now have, like, a monetization program where artists can make money by themselves. Like, y'all have to go through distribution or anything to upload and make your money. How beneficial would have that been for you growing up and getting up at that time if you had that?
I wish I had all this free help at the time I came out. I would have been blew up, okay? I think I worked very, very hard to get here because it wasn't where it was now. The internet wasn't how it is now. I feel like if I knew, I've been putting shit on Audiomack, been putting it on SoundCloud, so it's like, if I knew that they was gonna pay me to do it, I would never need to pay 50. Ask them to give me reimbursement on $50 for the studio. You know what's going on in my mind? All right. Yeah, so like normally, when you coming out, like it'd be like $50 for the studio, it'd be like $80, it'd be like $100. It's like if they're paying you Audiomack, like you can, you know what I'm saying? You can re-put it back in. But I think the hurtful part about this whole shit is needing people, and people let you down. And the only person that's gonna believe in you is you, and that's the hardest part because you need people,
right?
And you need a team to make it.
That's a fact. And so I know right now you have one of like a well-known manager / A&R in the game right now. She's doing her thing. Marilyn, I've seen you around with her often. How has that relationship? Talk about how you met her and how you guys were able to come together and figure out what it was.
I met her like in 2019, maybe. She was working with another artist and then it didn't work out, and so we stayed in contact or whatever. And when everything started going, that year I was telling y'all about, that hard year. But I said fuck everybody and went crazy. That's when she slid in my DM and said, who your lawyer? And we got straight to it. Yeah.
Okay. How did you get in front of her face though? Because I know a lot of them are looking to be in front of the A&R. So coming out of Houston, what did you do to get her attention?
Yeah, I mean, what I realized for real is that it's not as hard to find these people as it was a long time ago. It's not hard. Like now, like they Instagram, you can go like look at seminars. They're there. Like their information is out. But before, like I had no idea how to contact these people. I've been needing help. That I could get the help I needed because I didn't have access. But now I feel like it's more open to where like you can find out like whoever you're interested in or look at. Like if I was y'all, I would research religiously on interviews on people that you really like and look at who their manager is or who their team is or whatever, and then you just find a motherfucking Instagram, Twitter, whatever, TikTok, go to what ain't popping, Facebook, find them and like but yeah. So I met her like in person years ago, and we just stayed in contact on social media, and then I ran into her at the store.
Wait, so when you met in person, you just like shoot your shot, like you're just like?
Nah, I was a guest. It wasn't my situation.
Oh, okay.
It was somebody else's, and it didn't work out. And so we stayed cool. I seen her again inside the store, and we stayed cool again. And then once stuff, we was liking each other's stuff back to back. And once I started just like on some going ham shit, like yeah. Okay. I mean, cause I go silent a lot because people come and they say they're gonna help me and they be bullshit. So it always dropped, and people don't be knowing that I'm working with somebody because it just look like I went missing because I don't tell people my every move.
I feel that. But you also brought up something so important about being able to research everyone who's in the industry. I want to let y'all know, like, you don't always shoot for the top dog. Kind of like how
Don't do
you
that.
don't have to shoot for the top dog. If you see an A&R,
Don't do it.
use LinkedIn. Look at who the A&R assistant is, because literally that's usually the people that they'll put you in contact with. Even when it comes to DSPs, don't just look at Audiomack and try to go hit them in the DM. Go look at who are the people who work there. You're looking for playlisting. Okay, let me look for the Audiomack curators. That's from there you can find out, okay, who runs which playlist. This is who I have to hit to get in contact with them. Be strategic about reaching out, because all of us are accessible, okay? We will answer. The artists, they got way too many people in their DMs, but think about the people who are running behind the scenes. They have the time to be able to answer you and help you out when it comes to that. So I'm glad you used that method.
I would like to piggyback off that, because you're right, because remember I told you I was on all the poppin' playlists at that time, and I didn't know these people, right? And like a lot of people be fighting over these people. They go in meetings for these people, but they just did it to me on the free. So when it just so happened around this time, like, they came out here, the people like from these playlists, they came out here to party for, I forgot what type of weekend it was in Houston. So after we do this or whatever, I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to actually Brent Fayez's manager.
Okay.
So I'm talking to him. He was like, yeah, this guy Max, he said he know you. I'm like, who's Max? He was like, he said he been putting you on all the playlists. He gonna be at the club tonight. Come with me. I'm like, all right, bet. So I go meet Max or whatever, and come to find out he's over, the playlist that was big, that was putting me on, which give you the streams and the numbers. Like, checks be big. I ain't gonna cap. Checks be big. When you independent and the motherfuckers put you on the playlist, checks be big. My shit had 3 million, you get like 10 bands. That's before people come and help you, and that's off that one song. So you gotta think about it like that. You gotta wanna get that attention, because that's to yourself.
Right.
So anyway, I go out, meet the nigga or whatever, and we talking and we got cool. So now even to this day we're cool. So that's what I want to piggyback off of you, is like, people might think like, let me go to this platform's page.
Right.
Let me just go DM them or comment in the comments. Nah, I would have never fucked this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I would have never knew. And then he's a regular guy. These people who are behind the scenes and running the programs and deciding what should go on what. These are regular people who you can walk by and don't even know that that's them. And so that's important. It's important to be nice, be kind, and try to find out more information.
Absolutely. And shoot your shot. It can go in, you can miss, but there'll be somebody that you gonna make it in, all right? Like,
find out these people's names, do your research, and then if you could just, stop them on Instagram and be like, okay, this motherfucker coming to Houston right now. All right, bet I'm gonna be in this spot. So.
No, literally, I'm telling you, and usually, even if you're trying to work in the industry as well, that's a great tool too. Like for me, I would go to events, but I knew almost every single executive that was there. Like, to be able to get that opportunity, and I think I finally went to an event and I knew exactly the person was who chose the interns for Power 105.1 to be on the Breakfast Club and everything. And I literally was like, hey, I'm Angie K, like, how you doing? I was in their face. They invited me. I was able to go see the Breakfast Club live from there. Like, afterwards, I think I applied for it. They remembered me when I walked in for my interview. Shoot the shot, and then I got it. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know how it can be a full circle or who's in the room. You kind of want to know those faces. You want to know the names. And if you don't, pull out your phone real quick. Go look it up. Do what you got to do. Be prepared. Be intentional. At the end of the day, be intentional.
I mean, just like Angie K, I literally just met her in New York during my run for my tapes. And it's crazy, she out here right now. So it's just stuff like that where it's like, you might not have, if Angie was standing in the crowd, you might not be like, oh, she's over this, she's doing this, she's doing that. So that's why it's important to do your research and know, so that you can connect the dots, because it's way more easier than how it used to be.
I love that. And let me talk about the other side too. So when you came into the studio, I do a lot of the business at Audiomack, and your energy was just so pure and so real that, like, when we had this opportunity to come sponsor L.O.U.D Fest, I said, I want Lebra on this stage, okay? I want my friend right here so she can really tell her story, because she has something to say. And I think it's important for y'all to really understand how she got to where she's at. She's grinding right now, okay? Y'all are really lucky to be right here. Take advantage of the opportunity, okay? Absolutely. Type it up. Take advantage of the opportunity.
So I like to say thank you. People don't be knowing I'm a real nigga, so I show up a real nigga. But Nah, yeah. So I just would like to say from the bottom of my heart, y'all keep grinding. Don't let nothing stop you. You know, it's been times where everybody around me started doing regular shit, and I was still rapping. And people look at you like it's not making money, or it's not doing this, or it's not doing that. But if you like, I literally tell everybody I had I watched the interview. I used to watch motivational shit on YouTube all the time, and I was listening to Will Smith, and he said if you have a plan A, it's no need for plan B because it distracts you from plan A. And I took that shit to the heart. So I took it to the heart to where I handicap myself to make sure that I do this, and it's nothing else that I do. I don't run to comfort. I don't run to what I feel is safe or whatever, and I just thug it out. And that's what I've been doing for a long time. And you know, even to this day, like I still haven't reached where I want to be, and that's something that's about me. Like I'm never satisfied because I always look at the end goal. I feel like once you raising your hands up and you excited, like, oh, okay, I just got started, and you was celebrating for too fucking long, somebody else that came and took your spot. You know, so I feel like I stay like very, very hungry. But I kind of don't give myself credit sometimes because I am too hungry, you know. But so I just want to say to y'all, like, stay hungry, stay motivated, like, keep people around you that inspire you. Like when you call them, if they say like, oh, I just built a building, you need to be like, shit, I want to tell this person I just did some shit too. You know what I'm saying? You keep them people around you to stay focused on your goal because this is a very, very, very crazy industry, especially when it get from art to business. You know what I'm saying? It's a transition that everybody goes through where it's no longer fun anymore. It's no longer just, I'm over here excited. Like now it's serious.
Right.
Now it's about business. Now it's about what the people like. It ain't even about what you like. So if this the shit you want to do, like you have to really stand tall and all this shit. So it's not an easy road. It's very fucking hard. It's harder to trust people. It's harder to get in contracts and relationships and business with people that you don't know. You hoping that they good, they be good, so that you can sign the papers, and then they not good after you sign the papers. So, you know, just keep going because I've been doing this shit for a long time and I'm still not where I want to be, but I damn sure accomplished a lot. I can die today and say like, damn, I did a lot. I did a lot of stuff that other people didn't do.
That's a fact.
So I just want to say like, y'all keep going. You know, it's normal to have writer's block when you write your own shit. It's normal to not feel creative when you're not being creative enough. You know, it's normal to be like, damn, I don't feel like getting on TikTok right now because normally I go ham. Now they making it seem like a job. It's normal to do that. So, you know, just take time with yourself and do whatever you need to do to get you back in that creative spirit. And just grind hard. Like look for every back door, every crack, everything. And don't trust nobody. Just understand that it's very much business. You know, like none of this shit, I don't give a fuck how cool somebody is when you sign papers with them or you doing business with them. It's business. So I don't care how much y'all get cool. It's like if you worked at a regular job and you walk in every day and these people cool as hell, but they not on your side because they don't know you. They looking out for their family. They come here to feed their family. You not their family. They don't give a fuck about you. So understand that nothing is personal. So, you know, B King told me a long time ago, if you take everything personally, you could be mad at the world. You know, so you have to take everything. If you went to business with them, it's business. I don't give a fuck if you went to business with your best friend, it's business. So as long as you know that and understand that, I think you'll be prepared for what the fuck is gonna come to the right.
I know that's right. He's dropping gems. He's dropping gems tonight. All right, so I want to do something a little fun with you. Okay. Now, your name is Lebra, but you're not a Libra.
Not a Libra, I tell everybody.
Which gang you repping?
With who?
Which gang you repping?
Gang?
What zodiac sign?
Cancer gang. 6'9".
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna say a few celebrities,
okay,
and you gotta tell me if they're a Libra or a Cancer. So you gotta.
You know, wait, because Libra my rising.
It's your rising sign.
I'm gonna know that. She named me Libra because she wanted me to be different. All right.
I love
She wanted
it.
to be different, but she didn't name me from the zodiac. She just named me because she wanted to be different.
That's dope.
But come to find out, I got a Libra rising, but she don't know that she's not into it. So I would say it was destined.
Absolutely. All right, so then you should know the vibes on who's a Libra and who's a Cancer then, right? All right, I'm gonna start a little easy. She better know this one. All right, 50 Cent.
Cancer.
Ooh, okay.
He's a Cancer man. He's a Cancer man. All right. This is on man.
All right.
All right, man.
That's fair. That's
All right.
fair.
I never dated a Cancer man.
Okay, Lil Wayne. Libra or Cancer?
Libra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Yeah.
All right. 21 Savage.
Libra.
Oh, damn! Hold on. Okay, Burna Boy.
Oh, Burna Boy.
Come on, last
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Just go. What do you think?
Cancer.
Okay. You cheated. You cheated.
I got you though.
And I'm cheating too.
Okay, all right. Cardi B.
Libra.
That's real.
Like I think with sometimes we get caught like because Instagram is like where like older people be playing, you know what I'm saying? Twitter is where like younger people be playing. And I realized like Twitter that bitch.
Period. That's how I found you.
Every time I went viral it was on Twitter. Like Twitter that girl. Like every time I went viral it was on Twitter. So and it wasn't, it wasn't nothing that I did, but I can tell y'all what I learned. I learned when you post something on Twitter, you kind of do it in the caption you put is kind of like a, now why would she go do that? You know, like it's like some shit like that. Like
So shocking.
it's like a oh nah, look at Ice Spice.
Facts.
Now you want to click it because you're like, what the fuck did she do? So that's what I learned, like how that's Twitter's method. Like so I'm like, on now what I was like, my old high school let me shoot a video in the school. This is how it came out. And then it went viral, you know? So, or I think on Talk My Shit too, I was like, I put my daughter in a video, look what she did. So then it's like that type of, instead of like, Young Jay, drop to da-da-da. And then you can't put
something to talk about.
And you have to put like a longer clip. You can't put like the, you can't put the link.
10 seconds.
You can't put the link in what you did, what you posted. You have to put it because it's gonna seem like you selling something. So you kind of gotta put it like in the what's the shit called when you a thread.
Okay.
Shit.
Oh yeah, when you the next thread.
Yeah. So you don't put it like you're putting it to sell people. I think too that's when people getting it mixed up with TikTok. Like people, it's a lot of people I know that went viral on TikTok without them. Their music been viral with them people, with people dancing.
Yeah.
Without them actually being on it, I think people get it confused. They think you go on there trying to sell stuff. But every time I went viral on TikTok, I was being funny.
And it was just you.
Yeah, so it's like you do it, you do you, and you can still, once you get that buzz and you get that type of, stamina or whatever, I think that's when you slide in a little couple tracks promoting your music, but you don't do it aggressively to where it look like you selling, because I think TikTok is not that app.
Okay.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So find what's best for you, but also you to like that. I think that was great.
Yeah.
So before we leave, what's next for you? What do you got coming up so that they can make sure that they support you?
I think what's next for me is to get to the next level that I envisioned in my head. I think what I'm doing right now is dope. It's definitely inspiring, and it's definitely something that makes my daughter proud. But it's still so much that I want to do. I want to be big as Rihanna, and I won't stop until I get to that level.
Period. Super Bowl level. Super Bowl level.
Yeah. Super Bowl, movies, makeup, all that. So yeah.
I love
So yeah, y'all just like I was once in that position and wanted to say I'm still in that position, but
no.
just keep grinding and meet the right people. Be skeptical, do your research, learn about things, talk to people before you get into things. And if you're gonna deal with somebody in the moment that you feel like is good for you in that moment, make sure what you sign is for the moment and it's not for something longer than the moment. So when real help comes and the thing that you waited on comes, you're not sitting there stuck and can't move because you're stuck. And then people, they get spiteful, they get mad, they get bitter. And motherfuckers will keep you silent. If you sign some shit and you ain't supposed to be signing that shit, and then they mad and then they keep you silent. And then next thing you know, we on a time right now. So next thing you know, somebody else young came and slid in your spot and you, whatever age you didn't want to be. And you sit over here like, fuck, I'm still trying. So do you, but also I feel like go out there, go on a limb sometimes.
Thanks, I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for listening.
Make sure you listen to her on Audiomack, all right? And follow her. Period.
And we need more leaders in Houston, all right? Please help us.
I just got another deal closed, and I ain't so picky with these niggas. I love all my house. Put a band on your head like I'm trying to propose. Deal worth so much I can never go broke. I ain't got another deal closed. Badass bitch walk around in the full silk robe. I just got another deal closed, and I ain't so picky with these niggas. I love all my house. My shooters to go wipe a nigga nose. Put a band on your head like I'm trying to propose. Deal worth so much I can never go